Good morning, class. Today is Tuesday, April 21st, 2020. Today we will be on pages 257 and 258 in your math packet. All right, we are solving equations. Now, an equation is a mathematical sentence that uses the equal symbol to show that two amounts are equal. Sometimes an equation contains an unknown number that is usually represented by a letter of the alphabet. Okay? So let's look at solving equations. The facts: an equation is a mathematical sentence. Okay? It uses the equal symbol to show that two expressions are equal. Then you have three steps. Okay? So step one, solve the side without the unknown number and write the answer below. Rewrite the side with the unknown number. All right, let's look at this example. Your example is n plus 5 equals 6 times 3. The n stands for the unknown number. You can think of it as a question mark. We don't know what this number is, okay? So we're going to solve the side without the unknown number. Solve what we know first. You're going to rewrite the side that we don't know. Equals, solve what we do know. 6 times 3. What is 6 times 3? Good, 18. Okay? The second step says to solve for n. N must be left all alone. Therefore, subtract 5 from both sides of the equation. So remember, the opposite of addition is subtraction. So in order to get this letter by itself, we have to rewrite the equation first, then subtract it from the number they give you. So n plus 5 minus 5, because subtraction is the opposite of addition. Okay, but then you have to remember that what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So we subtracted 5 from this side, so we have to subtract 5 from this side. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Okay, then we can solve, because 5 minus 5 is 0. That means n is left all by itself, and we're about to find out what that number is. 18 minus 5 is 13. So n must equal 13. Now we can check this to make sure. Wherever you see the n, you're going to plug it in with the number 13. So we check it by saying 13 plus 5 equals 6 times 3. Is that true? Well, what is 13 plus 5? 18. What is 6 times 3? 18. If these are equal, then you know that n equals 13. The unknown number we now know is 13. N equals 13. Okay, let's look at class practice number 1. n plus 2 equals 12 divided by 3. Okay, we're going to solve what we know first. Rewrite your equation. 12 divided by 3 is 4. This is addition. We have to get n by itself, so we are going to subtract 2 from both sides. What we do to one side, we do to the other. Now 2 minus 2 is 0. That leaves n by itself. 4 minus 2 is 2. Now let's plug it in. Everywhere we have an n, we're going to plug it in for 2. So 2 plus 2 equals 12 divided by 3. What is 2 plus 2? 4. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, so this is correct. These are equal, so n equals 2. This is your answer. All right, let's look at B. N minus 3 equals 8 times 2. Okay, solve what we know first. N minus 3 equals 8 times 2 is 16. We still have to get n by itself. This time we're going to do the opposite of subtraction, is addition. So we're going to add 3 to both sides. What you do to one side, you do to the other. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. That leaves n by itself. 16 plus 3 is 19. Okay? Now let's check it. 19 minus 3 and 8 minus 2. What is 19 minus 3? 16. What is 8 times 2? 16. These are equal, so n equals 19. All right, look at C. N plus 4 equals 7 plus 2. Solve what we know first. N plus 4 equals 9. 7 plus 2 is 9. Now we are adding here, so to get n by itself, we have to do the opposite. N plus 4 minus 4 equals, what we do to one side, we do to the other. So we're subtracting 4 on this side because that's what we did over here. 4 minus 4 is 0, which leaves n by itself. 9 minus 4 is 5. All right, so let's check it. Let's plug in 5 for n. 5 plus 4 equals 7 plus 2. Let's see if this is correct. 5 plus 4 is 9. 7 plus 2 is 9. These are equal, so n equals 5. All right, number 2, we want to continue solving equations. 2a is n plus 6 equals 4 times 4. Okay, solve what we know first. N plus 6 equals 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, now we need to get n by itself by doing the opposite. So n plus 6 minus 6 equals 16 minus 6. What we do to one side, we do to the other. 6 minus 6 is 0. It leaves n by itself. 16 minus 6 is 10. Now let's check it. N plus 6, we know that n now is 10. So 10 plus 6 equals 16. And 4 times 4 equals 16. These are equal, so n equals 10. All right, B, n plus 2 equals 7 plus 11. Solve what we know first. N plus 2 equals, what is 7 plus 11? 18. Okay, we have to get n by itself, so we're going to do the opposite. So we have n plus 2, now we're going to subtract 2. What we do to one side, we do to the other. 2 minus 2 gets n by itself. 18 minus 2 is 16. Now plug in 16 where you see n. 16 plus 2 equals 7 plus 11. 16 plus 2 is 18. 7 plus 11 is 18. So this is equal. So n equals 16. All right, and C. We have n minus 8 equals 21 minus 4. Solve what we know first. N minus 8 equals, what's 21 minus 4? 17. Now we have to get n by itself. N minus 8, do the opposite, plus 8. And what we do to one side, we do to the other. Negative 8 plus 8 gives 0, which leaves n by itself. And then 17 plus 8 equals 25. Now let's plug it in. 25 minus 8 equals 21 minus 4. Okay? What is 25 minus 8? Good, 17. And 21 minus 4 is 17. These are equal, so n equals 25. Okay? And that is how you solve equations. If you have any questions, just let me know and I'll be glad to go over it again. Let's look at number 3 to solve problems. Matt wanted to buy his father a nice birthday present. He had $27.50 to spend. He found a Bible that had originally cost $25, but was 1/5 off. How much money did he have left after buying the Bible? All right, we have to know how much he spent before we know how much he had left over. So we see that he bought a Bible that cost $25, but it was on sale for 1/5 off. So we have to multiply 1/5 times $25. Okay? 5 divided by 5 is 1. 25 divided by 5 is 5. We're talking money. All right, 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. But we know when you have a 1 in the denominator that we go with the whole number. So this is $5 off. Okay? That's the sale. $5 off. Well, if the Bible was $25 and we're taking $5 off, okay, the Bible cost $20. He had $27.50 to spend. He spent $20. So how much money did he have left after buying the Bible? 0 minus 0, 0. 5 minus 5, 5 minus 0 is 5. 7 minus 0 is 7. So he had $7.50 left after he bought the Bible. Number 3B, Jackie weighs 27 kilograms and her brother weighs 35 kilograms. How much less does Jackie weigh than her brother? How are we going to figure this out? Our key words are how much less. When you see how much less or how much more, that tells us that we are going to subtract something. So we're going to subtract 35 minus 27. You can't take 7 if you only have 5, so go next door and borrow one and bring it back to you. 15 minus 7, 8. All right, so how many kilograms less? She was 8 kilograms weighed. Jackie weighed 8 kilograms less than her brother. Now on page 258 for the review, for number 4, I just want you to do the letter C. So circle the letter C on number 4. Number 5, you're following the signs. You can do all of those. Number 6, you're writing the correct temperature in the blank. Number 7, the extra practice, write each as a mixed decimal. Remember, you're looking at A 12 and 3/10. So you would write 12 and 3/10. Remember, your decimal has 3 places: tenths, hundredths, thousandths. This would be tenths. 12 and 3/10. 8, you're writing mixed numbers. So if you had 13.7, you have 13 and 7/10. 13 and 7/10. And then number 9, you're multiplying. All right, so on your review on page 258, I want you to do number 4, C, and then the rest of the page. Okay, and we'll see you back tomorrow.